Very nice. So we can resume the expedition. My goal today is to finish what I failed to do last time, which was getting pushed into Giant's Deep. We're going to try that again and again and again until we succeed. I also want to do a little bit more on Ash Twin and Ember Twin because there's plenty of things I haven't done there yet, I think. I'm going to have a look at the ship's log, see what I'm missing as well, because I'm sure I'm missing some things. And then we're going to go and meet Feldspar. There's probably some other things I want to do before I meet him, though. I'd like to be able to get all of the conversation with him done in one go. And to do that, I will need to essentially explore everything and find all of his clues before he goes. So you're not going to see anything, but let me quickly have a look at this. I need to check one thing real quick. Ah, yes, and we haven't. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Okay, so two things. First of all, I'm pretty sure, and I realized this before even checking, but I'm pretty sure there are things that I'm supposed to see or like visit in the what's the word on Timber Hearth, and I just haven't. So these are rumors, so it's not that important how much I've got. This one I seem to have everything, and this one I seem to have everything. Over here, Rebec's camp, it says we're done. I wonder if we are. Southern Observatory. The Hanging City. There's more to explore here, of course. Church camp. It says there's no more, but there absolutely is. Have I already been to every planet? I have. Oh, I thought there was more that I hadn't been to yet. Well, wonderful. I need to visit some things on Timber Hearth first. Let's check the ship log for Timber Hearth, see what I do have. Village, Dark Bramble Seed, Know My Mines, Quantum Grove. So, Village, Dark Bramble Seed, Quantum Grove, Know My Mines. So I'm missing, yeah, the Zero G Cave, which I should have gone to visit, honestly. I was in too much of a hurry. Thought you might see me before. I'm a natural at this. I'll go fix this real quick. I don't actually know how much I need to do for the ship log, but might as well do it. Yes, even if you know the game very well, it's best to do the tutorial because there's always something that you can gain from the tutorial. There we go, ship log updated, perfect. Oops. It's kind of spooky how it just sort of fixes itself like that. Ship log updated. Great, so we can go now. I really like the way that this game deals with movement in a zero gravity environment. Sort of the way gravity comes and goes, the way up and down changes, depending on how much gravity you have and how far you are from the center. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Things get so confusing so quickly when you're just out in open space. Every time I'm kind of thinking like, oh, I want to go meet Feldspar. That's our Quantum Grove. Here's the radio tower. Deep space radio. And then I'm guessing that that's our deep space satellite. You can see the red lights there sort of going through. That's the Harthian deep space satellite. So I remember coming here in my first playthrough on PlayStation, but you couldn't go inside. So this door being open is new, which means it's part of the DLC, which I'm not afraid of at all, I promise. That's kind of freaky. Obviously it's not, it's just like Feldspar or something. And we're recording. And it's been 2 days since the launch of the Deep Space Satellite, and I'm about to view the first batch of photos. Let's let the record show that on this historic day, Outer Wilds Venture has... Oh, they're printing, here they come! Stars above, will you look at that? There's Brittle Hollow, and look there, that's Hollow's Lantern. And there's Giant's Deep, and the Quantum Moon. I'm speechless, completely speechless. Every single astro body in our magnificent solar system, looking stunning from every angle in each of these 3 images, and in color no less. Now this is art. I could stare at these photos forever. Doesn't Timberhearth look tiny from... Hold on, what is that? That can't be right. That's not even possible. Am I interpreting this photo correctly? What's even stranger is it doesn't show up in either of the other photos, just this one. Well, there must have been an equipment malfunction, I suppose. Only sensible explanation for it. I'll radio Gabbro and ask them to go examine the satellite's lens for defects. Ooh, how very interesting. What is he seeing? Because we have Giant's Deep, the Twins, Brittle Hollow, Deep Bramble, the Interloper, Timber Hearth, and then something extra. For me, this something extra would probably be the Quantum Moon, but is this the Quantum Moon? So what you're saying is the Deep Space Satellite picked up an extra planet that is on a completely different ellipsis. There's the Quantum Moon. That must be Timber Hearth with its lovely atmosphere. Satellite angle 40 degrees. Interesting. I remember when I was playing on the PlayStation, I went to the Deep Space Satellite and sort of like tried to punch it or something. A radio tower designed to receive photos taken by the Deep Space Satellite. There are several photos of the entire solar system hanging on the walls. Hornfels noticed something strange in one of those photos, but concluded equipment malfunction was the only sensible explanation. Alrighty. So, believe it or not, just for the guide that one day will be made potentially, this is all of the entries for Timber Hearth. Village, Zero G Cave, Dark Bramble Seed, Know My Mines, Quantum Grove, and Radio Tower. Radio Tower will only be an entry if you have the DLC. If you're playing on PlayStation, it is not necessary for the Platinum, is what that means. Is that the Adelrock? Oh, cute. I also want to visit the Interloper a little bit more in depth this time around. I can lock onto it. You couldn't do that before the DLC, I think. Because I remember trying really hard to manage to catch up to it. Anyway, let's go to Giant's Deep and see if we can crash ourselves beneath the waves. Ah yes, the other very difficult and important thing that we're going to try to do today, land on this thing manually. I am not looking forward to it. It was so difficult. Oh, we're gonna crash. Okay. Not great. Okay, yeah, the ship is gone. Lovely. And Giant's Deep is 14 kilometers away. And we are moving away from it. None of this is optimal. And I might die before my space suit succeeds in dropping us in Giant's Deep. Because, I mean, the spacesuit is great, but it can only do so much. Whee! If you're playing this game and you're like me, don't forget that you can roll. It's literally written in the top right corner pretty much the entire time. Hold the left bumper or L1 and then use the right stick and you can roll. Oh, looks like we're gonna make it to Giant Steep before we run out of fuel. That's nice. I don't know how much longer we have in the loop. The sun is getting real dark. Because of course we did already do a couple things. I'm going very fast, but that's fine. Since I just fall into water. And then let's go meet our friend Gabbro, since he might know something about the deep space satellite. And also I think he'll have a health pack for me. If it isn't my time, buddy, how's space treating you this loop? I found something. I reached the inside of the statue island. The gnome I created the head statues to record memories. Yeah, I could see them doing that. Do you think the statues are recording our memories? Because I remember that one on the beach looked at me funny. That must be my memory friend. Hello again. I found what happened to the orbital probe cannon. The cannon's breaking apart at the start of each loop. Did you figure out why? Over-enthusiasm. It's kind of scary how much that sounds like something Slate or Feldspar would do. I'm pretty surprised to know I built something that actually broke. Come to think of it though, broke might be the wrong word, because it looks like the orbital probe cannon is still firing successfully at the beginning of each time loop. Hello again. Again? How many times is he going to say that? I found your quantum poem. I found a photo of you inside the old radio tower. Nice. Did I look busy in it? I hope I looked busy. Must have been from the time Hornfels sent me to check on the deep space satellite. They thought Old Spacey might be malfunctioning, but I couldn't find a single thing wrong with it. Which is probably how it got a shot on my beautiful behelmeted face. Come to think of it. I always thought it was kind of sweet that the best way to find Old Spacey is to use a map that's generated by the satellite itself. Isn't it? Like it's inviting us to visit. Good old deep space satellite. Always making sure we know where we're going. Why do Hornfels think it was broken? Dunno. He probably told me why, but he tells me lots of things, and sometimes I tune out. Or pretend there's signal interference and I can't hear them. Best guess says the deep space satellite must have sent Timberheart some weird pictures, but like, what's considered weird for a satellite, you know? Anyway, if you ever want to visit Old Spacey, fastest way is to jump into your ship and use your solar system to lock onto the satellite, same as you would any astro body. Ups, where's your ship? He doesn't know. They. So Gabbro is an interesting one. They personify all of the space equipment. So like the deep space satellite, he calls it Old Spacey. His ship, he says, I hope it's not lone. I hope they're not lonely. Oh, I was wondering if that would allow me to get away from having to deal with this. Oop, did I just burn myself? I sure did. Not so fun story. I'm gonna die when this planet lands. Called it. Alright, let's try to not destroy our ship this time. I do also have the achievement for, what's it called again? Like Die Hard or Hard Boiled or something like that. Oh, doesn't want me to talk to Slate. Oh. Weird. The square button on my controller seems to have decided not to work for a second. So we are technically done on Timber Hearth. Let's do the interloper this time. And I mean do it properly. Land on it. Stay on it until it melts. Lose our ship in the process, but that's fine. You're more or less guaranteed to lose your ship if you're on the interloper. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's the white hole. You're gonna... I let the autopilot do too much of that. Okay. Interloper. The frozen on my shuttle. Lost contact. There were 3. One of them stayed. Yeah. I was able to call it back to the gravity cannon. Alright, let's fix up the ship. We all good? We all good. Next up, we wait. So I want to make sure that I'm up towards the front, if you can call it that, of this lovely comet. And now we just wait until we're close to the sun. Once we get close enough to the sun, this ice will melt, and when that ice melts, we can go inside the interloper. On my first playthrough, the first place that I went was right here, and I actually somehow succeeded in landing. I must have gotten really lucky, but I landed. I found my shuttle, which I thought was incredible. I was like, oh my god, another spacefaring people. Obviously, I knew nothing. That's what you're supposed to know when you start playing this game. You're supposed to know nothing. And it just blew my mind. I was like, what is all of this thing? This is incredible. I got really excited. And with good reason. This is an amazing game. So we definitely don't want to go that way. Oh, a tree. And a Nomai recording, which I definitely should read. I'm receiving much stronger energy readings now that we're beneath the crust. Whatever it is must lie somewhere below, closer to the comet's center, and I'm starting to think it's more dangerous than we realized. Clary, can you hear us? Yes, but your voices are faint. I fear we will lose communication entirely if you continue any deeper. Keep the shuttle warm for us. We'll return the moment we identify the source of the energy readings. I understand, but be cautious. So we know that we want to go towards the center. That's going to kill me. No! Shit. How very frustrating. Well, we try again. Hey, that's the beauty of being stuck in a time loop, right? Every time I see this thing looping around, I want it. I don't even remember what the safe, shall we say, non-manual way of getting to it is. Don't accelerate too hard. Because it is also coming towards us. And it does not have an atmosphere or like a gravitational pull of its own. There's Dark Bramble. So yeah, we learned nothing, right? Nothing. Do I still have any unknowns? What the fuck is that? It's like a snowflake flying around. I've never seen that before. I do still have an unknown, which is Feldspar. I'm pretty confident I have never seen this before. Snowflakes flying around. We're getting close. It's going to start to melt. We can go in. And obviously, we want to be very careful. So here we have a tree, and we have this text which we had read before. It doesn't tell me that there's any down here. That one looks like it's got some glowing going on. This one actually doesn't, so we're going to try going down this one. But I'm going to be super careful. I'm going to be pulling back the entire time. So yeah, if we'd gone down that one, that's bad news. Also, I should probably have my flashlight on. This hole, bad news. Can't go down there, even though that's totally where we want to go. So let's try going up instead. Okay, new tunnel to go down. the right. We want to go down the left. Once again, lots of very evil ghost matter right there. So we go down this path instead. And here we find a nomai covered in the ghost matter crystals. And we have found the center. The core of the interloper. The spherical stone casing here seems to be the source of the energy readings. No, rather, the source is what's within the stone. I'm detecting some form of exotic matter. The stone is muting our energy readings. They should be 10 times what we're seeing at least. Pi. Or wait for that fucking police car to drive by. Very nice. Pi, I don't think we want this matter interacting with us. As far as I can tell, direct contact with it would almost certainly be fatal. I've never encountered anything like this casing, but it's all that's protecting us from what's inside. Worse still, this matter is disturbingly volatile. Pi, whatever the matter inside the stone casing is, it's more than just profoundly unstable. It's under tons of pressure. Look at this density scan. I've never seen anything this tightly compacted before. What is this? This is orders of magnitude worse than I'd imagined. If this stone were to rupture, the lethal matter within would rapidly expand, completely blanketing this star system almost instantaneously, and the pressure is still building as the comet approaches the star system. Return to the shuttle right now. The rest of our friends need to know they're in terrible danger. Leave your equipment and run. What are you doing, Pi? The more we know about this alien matter, the better our chances of survival. I will learn what I can here. Go warn the others. Maybe they can construct shelter somehow. Now, Poke. But it was all too late. The casing burst, and ghost matter was spread across the entire solar system, killing all the nomai. With time, it stabilizes ghost matter and becomes less and less dangerous until the point where, well, it's just these green crystals. And isn't actually dangerous in any way, shape, or form. But when it had just burst, as Pi said, it was incredibly lethal, and it destroyed the entirety of the nomai civilization that was in this solar system. So we're going to leave. We're going to see if we can still get our ship. I think we probably can't, but we're still going to try. No. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. We were probably not going to be able to get our ship back anyway. When you are on the interloper and you get that close to the sun, you get close enough to the sun for the ice to melt, the sun's gravity will usually pull your ship off the comets, and then you'll have lost your ship anyway. Okay. Oh, hey, quantum moon. Ruptured core. Well, there you go. We now know. what happened. So I want to go talk to Chert. The autopilot doesn't work great for the twins and for the interloper because both of them move on a slightly unusual axis. It's like here it aligned us, but then now Ember Twin has moved around behind Ash Twin, so it's kind of off. And for the interloper it moves, and so that's a problem for the whatchamacallit, for the autopilot. And so because of that, it's always best to disengage the autopilot before you get too close to either of them. All the others you can go wild, you can just trust the autopilot all the way. What up, Chart? I have a question for you. I found something. I found evidence of the modern Nomai. They believe the universe, all of it, the whole thing is dying currently right now. If that's true, how could I have missed so many signs? The supernova were there, but I've been studying the stars but it doesn't matter. Oh, I need to look at my charts. I hope you don't mind. And I can't talk to him anymore because he is too concerned with that. So there's a quantum fluctuation somewhere on this planet that I haven't detected yet, so let's go do that. Very easy to find, very interesting one, it's very fun. It's one of the first ones that really sort of teaches you that movement through quantum thingies is possible. Cave shard. If you find any signs of Coleus, I implore you to tell me. He vanished without a trace during our research trip and has been missing ever since. Some of us from the Sunless City are here to help. Can you tell us more about your expedition? You have my gratitude. We were studying the cave's geology. We hope to learn more about a unique and wandering rock that visits several different caves in the area. Where was young Coleus lost? He disappeared in the cave at the bottom of the dry lake bed at the North Pole. It happened in an instant and without warning. I turned away to examine a sample, and when I turned back, he simply wasn't there anymore. He had a limited supply of air. I'm afraid for him. We will learn more by examining the northern lake bed cave. You can turn your light on and off, and the quantum shard will disappear because it is no longer being viewed, but if you're standing on the shard, that will also take you with it. Coleus is missing. He vanished from the lakebed cave, the one at the bottom of the dry lakebed at the North Pole, several days ago, and we're unable to find any trace of him. I don't know how much air he had when he disappeared. I beg any friend reading this, help us recover Coleus. This rock is very familiar. Did you travel here, my sedimentary friend? Because your unique color and texture appears identical to a rock I met earlier. Wasn't this same rock fragment in the cave we found at the bottom of the dry lake bed at the North Pole? We plan to re-examine the northern lakebed cave. Maybe our friendly rock will meet us down there. An update. Melloray and I went back to the lakebed cave and observed this rock again. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it isn't. That means this rock wanders like the quantum moon does. How curious. Here we go, the third location. Let's have a little wander, shall we? There we go. How curious. This rock took me with it to a new location. I wonder why this happens. Curious but also alarming. This new cave appears to lack an entrance or exit. Also, the rock that brought me here disappeared while I wasn't watching. The wandering rock has returned. Never before have I been so delighted to see a sedimentary specimen. I wonder if I myself became quantum briefly when the rock carried me here. This seems the clearest explanation. Hypothesis. If the rock can bring me here, it can also carry me out. My hypothesis was correct. I can travel on this rock as long as I'm not observing my surroundings, meaning I must be in complete darkness. I'm going to bring my mentor here to see this. Malarai is here now too. We theorize when a conscious being is in contact with a quantum object and ceases to act as an observer, explaining the need for darkness, that being can become entangled with that quantum object and they move together. Friends, Coleus has discovered a new quantum rule. He has also promised me he'll never vanish again, even if he does learn something useful from it. So the Nomai do use gendered pronouns, and the Harthians don't. Very interesting. So this cave is connected to what? Because obviously they came here. Through here. Not that far from the other entrance. Let's go see if Chert has something else to say to us. Throughout a loop, the things that he says change. And they all need to be logged, which is frustrating for the archaeologist achievement. Quantum Caves, Lakebed Cave. Ah, it says that there's more for me to find in the Lakebed Cave. Right. The Lakebed Cave, which is no longer accessible. Good old sand. Hello, my wandering friend. Yeah. It clearly can't take me where I want to go. Oh well. We'll have to go next loop. It's also too late to really discover anything in the Hanging City. Hanging City? No, the Sunless City. Ooh, no. This door will need to remain closed for some time. Pi and I are running an experiment based on the extraordinary findings from the Whitehall station. Grammy and I will be running this experiment until one of us, specifically me, can prove the other wrong. So, although it's inconvenient, the lab currently can only be accessed by the path from the Sunless City. Inviting sand inside would disrupt our setup and could have enormous consequences. We realize this is an intriguing prospect, but the door must remain closed nonetheless. High Energy Lab is now being used to design the Ash Twin project. If you're here to help, be sure to use the Sunless City path. They took it out and they broke it. Wow, that's rough. The Sunless City, this way. I knew there was an easier way to get into the Sunless City. I just had completely forgotten about it. Well, there's a big obvious sign. Oh, but there's ghost matter. So instead, you have to go to the crash site caves. Yeah, I remember. Oops. You go around here. Oh, Jesus. What is with this planet's fucking gravity? It's terrible. Yeah, you go through here, and then this is that breathable cave that they talk about. Here, and then you jump across and you continue. Alright, so we can't do that this time. That's fine. We are going to go back to chart. It's fine that we're running low on fuel because he can refill us, and I can just use oxygen. We finally got that achievement to pop. I don't know why it hadn't been popping, but it finally popped, which was nice. Nope, he's still saying the same thing. Here we can refuel our jetpack. And let's go over to Ash Twin. Here she is. I'm gonna choose to land not near the more interesting objects because they are close to the equator and will get sucked, and it means that my ship would get sucked up by the sand pillar, which would be annoying. Damn it. Ow. Alright, we try again, we make it this time, and we can go to the top. Where we have a lovely view, but not much else. Health back. I changed my mind. Let's grab my ship and we can try to park it inside one of the towers. It won't fit. How about this one? Would that be protected? Yes, that would be protected. Yeah, fairly confident that that won't move. We go around the back entrance. And I remember this one, I hated it. Some time has passed since I checked in with you, Pi. How are you and Idea progressing with the Sun Station plans? Presently, my assessment is that our plan will either fail explosively or succeed explosively. You know I don't find that funny. How curious. Rami thinks I'm a gas. And I don't recall requesting you monitor this conversation. I don't see what state of matter you are has to do with this, and I don't recall supporting the Sun Station's construction, but here we are. Time spent away from the station would be beneficial for both of you. I'm immensely interested in testing your hypothesis. That at least we can agree on. Just a little bit of friendly banter. I'm really bad at this. That I remember. I'm very, very bad at this. You need to go all the way around and get in here. And obviously, yes, it punctures your suit and wastes your O2, but more importantly than that, it gives you damage, so if you hit it too much, you die. Hey, and we can open the door from this side. We have found something. Sun tower offline as of 4 minutes, 5 seconds ago. All other towers online. This, I believe, is the teleporter to the sun station. So if I just stand here and wait for a little bit, it will send me to the sun station. Wow, that was anticlimactic. It does say it's offline as of 4 minutes 59 seconds ago. Maybe the sun has already expanded so much. Yeah, that must be what it is. The sun's already expanded too much and it exploded the station. We should go talk to Chert, is what that means. He might have a new line of dialogue for me. Have I explored the gravity cannon here? I don't think I have. The stars, they're all dying. There have been too many supernovae for it to be anything else. We're next. Do you understand? Our sun. By heart's name, we're next. What do you mean we're next? It's the stars, you see. All the stars are dying out. Oh, why did we have to be born at the end of the universe in our sun? The star charts. Why? Why did I want to update them so badly? I didn't have to know, but no. Oh no, I had to update the star charts. I had to go looking for things I shouldn't have, and now our sun is about to... Oh, I don't feel well. I'd like to be alone, please. I found something. Why isn't that great? Do you know what? I found a few things myself. Most of them have to do with the sun exploding. Who cares? Nothing matters anymore. He's angry. Ship log updated. Let's see, is that everything that I need to learn from Church? I really hope it is. I've learned about the sun station, which is very nice. All of the stars in the universe are dying, including our sun. The stars are simply dying from old age. Apparently they're much older than we realized. Let's have a quick look at something. Charts, map, charts, camp, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries. Woo! So that's all the entries that we need for Chert's camp. Chert has set up their astronomy gear on the North Pole of Ember Twin. Chert has spotted an unusually high number of supernovae recently. All of the stars in the universe are dying, including our sun. The stars are simply dying from old age. Apparently they're much older than we realized. Chert has become catatonic in response to our sun's imminent death. Which also means that yes, indeed, we won't be able to get to the sun station because it has been destroyed already. Which is so very frustrating. No. Let's see if we can get into one of the other towers before the end. Oh, this one is just openable. What is there to find in here? A warp 2? Where will this warp me to? It has warped me to Timber Hearth. So the circular one is the warp to Timber Hearth. What this all means, which I think is really interesting, is that for the Nomai, their main base of operations, you could say, was this planet right here. It's the lovely and very cheeky Ash Twin. Where's this? It's Ember Twin. Can we go back? Yes, we can go back. Because the teleport brings us back in time by a few seconds, we can always go back. So this one is the one that takes us to the Ash Twin project. And if I remember correctly, yeah, the way that you get in is you stand here until that thing starts glowing and then you jump in. Ow. Where's my ship at? No, the sun's about to explode. I love this song a lot. Timber Hearth, the twins, the Sun Station. Where will this one be? This one must be Brittle Hollow. Because they don't have anything on Bramble. Woof, it is real close now. It expands, then it compresses, and it explodes. It's also great how quiet everything gets. All right. We found lots of things. That was great. We also now know exactly how to get to Echoes of the Eye content. Go to the Deep Space Satellite. I'm probably going to avoid that as much as possible, as long as possible, because I hear that it's a scary DLC. So I will only go there once I am fully prepared to do so. Let's go to the lake bed cave, since we couldn't go last time. I think I did use this gravity cannon. Let's check. Yes, I did. Ah, and the sun station appears now because we've learned about it but not actually been to it. Oops. Landed a bit too hard there. There we go. Nice and soft. To the lake bed cave. Oh, it is dark down here, Jesus. And there's barely any gravity. If I remember correctly, parts of this cave are quantum. Oop, it's filling up already. Did I just get out? I did just get out. Shit. Oh god, I'm gonna get crushed. Oh, I'm dead. Wow, those sound effects were awful. I did not want to hear that. In my normal gaming mindset, this is the part... Oh, blinking made the quantum moon disappear. That was cool. In my normal gaming mindset, this is the part where I would feel like, oh, let me just check online because I don't remember how to get there. But no, this is Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is special. We give it all the time in the world until we can figure things out by ourselves. So back to the lake bed cave we go. God, I want to land on the sun station, man. I actually do really want to do it like myself and not through the teleporter that's on Ash Twin. The lake bed cave is real though. It's like very much at the bottom of this planet. We've landed. Wonderful. So into the lake bed cave I go. We're going to walk along the right wall. I do vaguely remember there being something like quantum about this cave. Like specifically where turning your lights on and off is one of the only ways to progress forward. Okay. This time we went the right way. Cool. Let's use the scout as a light source. Yes. This sand acts like a waterfall and will push you back down if you fuck up. Now we're in the quantum part of this cave. This is taking me back, so I just did a real small loop. Oh. The cave shard. It wasn't here earlier. If you've come here to look for Coleus, this is where we were when he vanished. He's been missing for 2 days now. Your strange, wandering rock friend is here, though Coleus isn't. Coleus and I observed this unusual looking rock shard in at least 2 other caverns. I'm unsure if this is relevant. What happened before he disappeared? We were examining the different rocks. I recall Coleus standing on the largest one, the wandering rock. I was taking notes, and then my lantern died. When I lit it again, Coleus and the rock were both gone. I thought there was a thing here. So that must be it then. We just needed to find the cave. Oh, this is the cave with no exit. And this cave does have an exit. So let's get back to our ship. Are we happy? Yes, we are happy. Sixth location. The 6th location is, of course, the eye of the universe. Okay, I think I want to start trying to land on the solar station. Nope, fuck. Landing gear damaged, that's fine. We don't need that where we're going. Oh my god. Oh my god, is it possible? Is it possible? No, it's not gonna be possible. Oh, come on. Come on. We're being pushed away. Damn. Wow, I really thought that we were actually gonna make it on the first try. There's my ship barreling around the sun as well. That's gonna get sucked in and destroyed real quick. Nope. Alright, there's no saving it. Meditate until the next loop. And let's try that again. I landed on the sun station, which is amazing. But you need to actually get into it. And it's not easy. For me, landing on the sun station is the hardest part, but we'll see if that proves to still be true, because I guess I do have plenty of experience now flying with the controller. This really is something that you simply should not be attempting until you have really gotten the hang of flying, of controlling your spaceship, because it is not easy, this. You have a variety of forces to be fighting against. Oh my god. We did it again. Like, I swear, this is not easy to do. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, 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 yes. Just a little bit more. Oh, we did it. Second attempt, we did it. We're in the sun station. That was amazing. Science compels us to explode the sun. Can't we change this? I don't enjoy working in view of such a morbid mission statement. But it's accurate. We're going to create a supernova for the purpose of scientific progress. That's our mission. Our mission is to decide if such an irresponsible feat is even possible. Here's a better one. Mission: determine if it's possible to prompt the sun to explode. You lack a sense of humor. At least I don't lack a sense of ethics. Kindly refrain from going supernova on me before the sun does, Idea. So that's what the Nomai were attempting to accomplish. They wanted to cause a supernova for it to force the Ash Twin project to start. And that's what the Sun Station was supposed to do. It was supposed to start a supernova which would unleash enough power for the Ash Twin project to begin, for them to be able to find the coordinates to the eye of the universe. But look at that. Look at our sun. And look at this station spinning around it. What happened? Did the sun station not fire? It fired, but it failed. The sun barely responded. There were infinitesimally small surface level changes, but they were barely visible even to the third eye. The sun station is useless. It will never and could never cause the sun to explode. I don't know what comes next, my friends. I suppose you must start over, but I'm unsure how to start over. Return to Ash Twin first, my friend. Perhaps a change of task would help. Spire noticed a comet approaching the star system that we'd like to investigate. Pi, I hurt for you, my friends. We all know how hard you've both worked. I can only offer my compassion. How are you? How is Idea? We're well, Yara, or as well as can be expected given the circumstances. Though disappointed, I may have disagreed with exploding the sun, but I never wished the device would fail. I'd hoped our terrible work was finished. Star has reached end of natural life cycle, now approaching red giant stage. Evacuate the sun station. Approximate time until sun station is destroyed by expanding star, 6 minutes and 27 seconds. Approximate time until star's death, 17 minutes and 57 seconds. So this is it. The Nomai, in their search for the Eye of the Universe, were going to sacrifice the sun to power the Ash Twin project. But this simply did not work. I wonder who this is. It's probably Idea, I suppose, since Pi died on the interloper. So now what? The sun will grow, it will expand and become a red dwarf, and the sun station will be destroyed. If we're still on the sun station at that time, we're guaranteed to die. However, there is a teleporter that used to be easily accessible that would take us back to Ash Twin. But I think it may be impossible to get to it. We can try. We can see what happens. This looks like something that's closed. Yes, indeed. Once on the sun station, there's likely no escaping it. Not by safe means, anyway. That was honestly, genuinely, incredibly lucky. Never mind. I love when I speak too quickly. But we did it! We've reached the sun station. That was amazing. A second try, and we made it to the sun station. Okay. Have I still not been to the Southern Observatory? Alright, I guess let's go to Brittle Hollow then. Fuck it. Here goes the probe. I watched a video about a guy who chased the probe and managed to catch up to it to see if he could get any incredible information from it, but he couldn't. So which one is the Southern Observatory? Oh my god, why am I spinning so far away? Oh, that's why. This one is not. This is the North Pole. Let's go to the South Pole. It's a straight line in any direction. Here we go, the Southern Observatory. This is the one that Rebeck says he couldn't find a way into. Yes, this one here. Ship log updated. What? Huh. So I think this one doesn't have a secret entrance. It's just a case of you need to go inside the planet and float up to the top. So let's try to find a hole that is big enough for our ship. Have I played with the gravity cannon here yet? I think I haven't. Probably should. No, I haven't. Let's go. Gravity cannon. Gotta be careful here. The shuttle is currently resting at the quantum moon. Now let's call it back. Activate the gravity cannon. Call the shuttle home. Fuck. No! God damn it. Alright, well that's what the white hole station is for. God damn it, that's frustrating. That ship log update that just happened now, I swear, I'm gonna reach a point where I'm like, what's happening? I feel like I've done everything, and then I'm gonna look at what's missing in my ship log, and it's gonna be something super simple and obvious that I just neglected to do because I was like, oh, easy, done. No, I'm on the wrong side of the planet. And this is not a planet you want to be on the wrong side of. Trees detected. Ghost matter detected. This was Rebek's camp, right? Yeah. It sure is. Where's my ship? This way. Let's refill on fuel before we try to jump back into the gravity cannon. Well, not the cannon itself, but the shuttle that it called back. Here. Ooh, that was risky. Okay. Into the shuttle we go. I'm here. After watching it wander for the skies for so long, I'm about to stand on the quantum moon. As expected, my shuttle has landed at the moon's south pole. I will make the remainder of my journey on foot. We don't know why the quantum moon always welcomes its visitors at the south pole, just that this is true. As a child, I considered such unknowns sinister. Now, though, I understand they bear no ill will. The universe is, and we are. I am ready. So we've been on this shuttle before. We've been on this shuttle when we were on the quantum moon. Oh, my ship's gone. So I read that it is possible to shoot oneself into Giant's Deep to get the achievement for going real fast into the what's the word I'm looking for? For going real fast into the currents with that, but it's broken, isn't it? It's not broken. But the thing is, I got other shit to do. We gotta explore the Hanging City a little bit. What the hell? Is that the crossroads over there? So I probably wanted to go the other way. Should I go back and get my ship? It's funny how the white hole warps space so much that it warps your HUD as well. Makes things look real confusing at first. I love it. Now, you know what I should do? Since I'm trying to get to the Southern Observatory, I should ping it in my ship log. We found another gravity cannon. Here it is. Oh, I can't ping it, damn it. Alright, well. Just take me back. Is that the quantum moon? Yes, it is. Look at her. Okay, so I'm gonna enter and I want to go left. Left by my current frame of reference. Here. So yeah, if I had jumped out from that earlier, it would have pulled me into this section underneath the Southern Observatory. But instead I'm just going to strong arm it. Try to force a landing. Also want to make sure that I'm landing somewhere that makes sense. Yes, this is where we are trying to go. I wonder if this is one of those situations where it's like, oh, maybe I should eject. But that seems incredibly risky, and I don't love the idea. Interesting. I completely lose control of my ship when I'm looking around to try to click that button. So I'm not sure how viable a solution this is. We've managed to land, but completely not in a safe space. If I jump out, I'm going to fall straight into the black hole. Alright, what's left without a little risk? Point upwards. Shit. Well, I guess when I unbuckle to put the eject cover back down. No, that's not gonna work. How long can I convince myself this is doable before I just give in and go the normal way? Which is obviously way easier. Oh. No. Okay. We're not done yet. Alright, let's go. And shoot me up. Yes. Alright. We are now on the platforms that will lead us to the Southern Observatory. That doesn't mean we've made it. It's still a difficult climb. Okay, now this way. Oops, let's jump down onto this platform. And into this we go. Yes. We've made it to the Southern Observatory. So I think this will be information we've already read. Daz and I were lifting orbital probe cannons. Yes, we have already read all this. So no need to read it again, and that will project us to Giant's Deep, which we've also been to. What we haven't read is this over here, which is the information about how to get in to Giant's Deep. One component was pushed down past the current that usually prevents anything from sinking. Spy and I are crafting a model to determine why this is happening. It's clear there are two types of cyclones. Most cyclones rotate clockwise. These are those cyclones Cassava typically uses to send components into orbit. There also exists a rare type of cyclone that spins the opposite direction and pushes objects beneath the waters and below the current. My gratitude, Kanai, is showing me your handiwork, and I'm intrigued by this secondary type of cyclone. But was it really necessary to build a model to tell me that? The model will be useful as we continue monitoring Giant's Deep, and I wanted to make a model. So if you look at it with a light on, you can kind of see the air being pulled down like that. You can see the white lines that are pulling it down versus the white lines that are pushing it up. So that's how you can make the difference in between the different types of cyclone. So what have we learned thus far in our search for the eye of the universe? Based on our knowledge of the quantum moon, we believe the eye is in orbit around the star system sun. This would mean the eye is located within a finite range. Those of us on the vessel originally followed the eye's signal to this star system, but we were unable to warp to the eye itself. The locator we built on the Atla Rock and the new, more sensitive locator we built here were both unable to detect any trace of the eye's signal. Hypothesis: the eye has stopped emitting its signal. And suppose the eye doesn't wish to be found. How can you suggest that? The eye signal called out to summon us to the star system. I'm aware, I grew up hearing the eye's story, yet we're no closer to finding it than you were when you first arrived here. So that's actually told us something that I'm sure I've missed from the ship log, which is I didn't find the moon locator on the Adelrock. I should go there again. How should our methods change as we continue our search for the eye of the universe? As we couldn't find the eye signal using two different devices built for this exact purpose, we should discontinue this search method. We know that what the eye looks like thanks to the quantum moon, so what if we tried to find the eye visually instead? Let's send out a probe. We need to build a probe launching mechanism to cover those long distances quickly. A cannon in orbit around a celestial body would circumvent the need to escape gravity's pull. Giant's Deep would be a good choice. It's the furthest from the sun, so it would provide the best angles for launch, and it's moonless, except when the quantum moon is visiting. Yes, let's build a cannon around Giant's Deep. Mallow's idea is clever, but we have no idea where the eye is in relation to here. The probability of launching a probe in the correct direction would be absurdly small. I believe I have a solution for that problem. Have you spoken with Rami and Pai about the technology they're developing? Rami and Pai, of course, are the ones who discovered that the white hole portal, if you want to call it that, sends things technically back in time. So here's a model of Ash Twin orbiting around the sun. Here is Timber Hearth, also orbiting the sun. Here is Brittle Hollow, also orbiting the sun. Here is Giant's Deep, orbiting the sun. Oh my god. Here's Dark Bramble, and here is the Eye of the Universe. Somewhere in a random orbit. Unable to determine orbit. No signal detected matching any known criteria for the Eye of the Universe. And while we were observing this, the sun decided to explode. It's all over now. Oh, my ship is gone flying. I do believe that is everything we need to find here. And we can open this broken door. Look at how big it gets. Like, it's almost touching the hourglass twins right before it pops. watching You Are Here get destroyed by the supernova. Okay. I'm gonna look at the ship's log, and I think I might go try to find Feldspar now. We're gonna continue for maybe 1 more hour, and then we're gonna call it. We've already done plenty today. We got one of the achievements that, when I was playing this on PlayStation, took me the longest to get, which is the landing on the sun station. I'm quite happy about that. Tornado simulation, Southern Observatory. So I think it is time to go and find Feldspar. And of course I know exactly how. Since we have a bramble seed, which is emitting his music, that means that we can do this and follow the duplicate signal. Dark Bramble is another one that you can happily autopilot to without worrying about anything. Oh, it looks like the scout has landed somewhere. Ah, it's weird looking. But it's fine. We just need to enter Dark Bramble, follow the duplicate signal, and then we follow his singing. Let's try that again, shall we? That was real clever of me, crashing into Dark Bramble like that. It's easy enough, just straight over here. Imagine you're just chilling, looking at this big bramble that you're planning to cut through, and all of a sudden a novice spaceman comes and fucking crashes right behind you, shooting scouts, shooting cameras around your bramble. It's gotta be real weird. But Harthians, they are interesting people. They don't get bothered by such things. So Dark Bramble is certainly an interesting one. It was obviously some sort of ice planet, and then it got taken over by the Bramble, which split it apart, and that's exactly what that seed is trying to do. To Timberhearth, it wants to do the exact same thing. To take over the planet, create these weird non-linear spaces. Uh-oh. 3 duplicate signals. Ah, yes. But most of them are too small for us to go through. In we go. And here we are. We have found feldspar. Whoa, where'd you come from? No one's come in here in, well, ever, actually. That makes you the second Hearthian to ever reach Dark Bramble. After me, of course. Well done. Say, it's you! They made you an astronaut, and you haven't blown yourself up yet. Good for you! We all thought you were dead for sure. What? Me, killed off by thorny, extra-dimensional plants that entirely violate the laws of space and time, and a couple of giant predatory fishes with gaping maws and enormously sharp fangs? Not in this lifetime, little buddy. I set up camp here when my ship got stuck here in Dark Bramble. Been living off the land ever since. What exactly happened to your ship? Oh, this is a good story. I just finished exploring the core of Giant's Deep and needed a new challenge, and none of us had ever been inside Dark Bramble, so I think, hey, let's give that a try. I've been cruising around for a while, dodging the odd massive interdimensional vine bristling with thorns, when I run into this huge anglerfish, the biggest I've ever seen. I pull a few stunts to try to shake the thing off, nothing too fancy. I'm going full speed when the fish clips me, knocks me into a vine, and, well, like I said, I crash. Blammo! On impact, my ship starts making noises like it's coming apart from the inside, and I think, well, that ain't great. Sure enough, I barely get out of there before the electrical system starts sparking like crazy. It's either move fast or die unpleasantly, so I had to put a little distance between me and my poor fried ship. I camped out near where I crashed at first. I found the skeleton later. Great find. Would have been stupid not to use it. So I moved my setup over here and planted my emergency tree seeds. Been here ever since. Wow. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, that's how it all went down, Hatchling. Story's over, but feel free to stay and enjoy the fire a while. Or don't. Fire's not going anywhere. Anything else you wanted? I found something. I went to the core of Giant's Deep, so you figured out the old tornado trick, did you? Good work. I found that bit out by accident, but let's keep that between you and me, hey? Hornfells would have my very handsome head if they knew I'd been riding the cyclones again. The ship is fragile, it can break, you can't subject it to extreme conditions. Not like I was flying the thing into the sun now, was I? And the jellyfish, you figured those out too. Hatchling, I tell you what, you've done real well for yourself. You're a fine astronaut, sure, but you might just become a pilot yet. I'm not done, friend. I found more things. I found the anglerfish nest. So that's where the blasted things come from, is it? Stars above. If I still had a working ship, I'd be sorely tempted to go show him what's what. Probably best to leave him alone, though, really. More trouble than it's worth to mess with anglerfish. I found a dark bramble seed on Timber Hearth. That's bad business, Hatchling. As Turt will tell you if you so much as glance in Dark Bramble's direction. There used to be a fifth planet where the bramble is now. This infernal plant appeared at the center and kept growing and growing and growing until it shattered the planet and scattered its pieces across space. If we don't get that seed you found sorted real quick like, I suspect Timber Hearth will be heading towards the same fate. And I'll tell you what, we Hearthians have overcome far too much to be done in by some worthless seed. I found no my writing saying anglerfish are blind. Aha! So the blasted things do have a weakness. Meaning my fly as fast as I can approach to dealing with them could have used a bit more thought behind it. Ah well, at least they didn't eat me. All's well that ends well, eh, Hatchling? Where should I explore here? That's a spirit, anywhere is good, but you should know that space is weird here intensely. Ever tried throwing your scout into one of those weird seeds? See there with the little opening? It's just big enough to launch one through. The scout tracker will tell you the scout is in 2 places at once, but I don't think that's wrong exactly, because space doesn't work right in here. The seed looks small, see, but inside it's bigger. Much bigger. I've had a lot of time to think about this, and my theory is space in Dark Bramble kind of expands as you go through each sphere. That's why it's bigger inside those seeds. Well, that's my theory. Keep that in mind while you're exploring Dark Bramble, and maybe you won't get lost inside forever. Good luck. You reach the core. Where's your ship? Shouldn't I tell Ground Control to come get you? Well, yeah, whenever you have time. Frankly, I kind of like it out here. Quite peaceful-ish. You're a little young to understand, but it's a lot of pressure being the best that ever was. Been nice to have a break. And over here, we can see the sparking of his ship. Does this damage me if I get too close? Yes. We found Feldspar's camp. And it tells me there's more to explore here. So I guess I should keep talking to him. Giant's Deep Core, that was a wild one, but since you're asking, gotta assume you haven't made it down there. If I tell you, it feels like cheating. That sure was a big hollow vine my ship crashed into. Okay. So that updated my ship log. Let's see if that was the last thing I needed to talk to him about. Yes, it was. Good. Now let's go to the hollow vine. Which we can enter. And go through. But it's too tight for the ship, so you gotta jump out. Just keep going. And would you look at that? Boring crashes 0, personal best. Never thought I'd see one of these beasties outside of Giant's Deep. They were awfully useful back there. Maybe a jellyfish could be useful here too. Thing tastes horrible. Outside is all rubbery and tough. Maybe that's because it insulates the jellyfishes inside from getting zapped by electricity. Right, I'm going inside this jellyfish's interior cavity to see if it tastes any better. Note to Feldspar, do not eat this, even if you are dying. It would be too sad if this were the last thing you ever ate in your life. I guess these jellyfish are only useful for insulation from electricity. do not eat. Oops, I'm about to fall into dark bramble. Great. I don't think there's much use in doing this, but I guess I'll go back to my ship and see what happens. Still have a bit of time in this loop, so we might as well. Cool, we made it. What happened to this anglerfish? It was like when I got here. But whatever, it's dead. Found the frozen jellyfish near your ship. So the old thing's still there, is it? That's where I first camped out after the crash, you know. It was pretty cozy inside. It does like the structural integrity and indomitable spirit of a camp made in this shelter of the very bones of the species that tried to eat you, I suppose. Still, very cozy. And I think we're going to have a roasted marshmallow, and we're going to let this loop end. It was good seeing you, Feldspar. Excuse me. So it looks like this whole section is done. Obviously, still lots to discover over there, and the sixth location, which is the eye. And then, of course, the radio tower. Ah, I want to go to the Atl Rock. Because I realized that I totally neglected to go and find the little planet locator that is on there. If you ask it to find the eye of the universe, it will never find it. It will spin forever. You can ask it to point at the sun. It'll do that just fine. Point at Giant's Deep. Right over there. What's this? Oh. I hear noises from the planet. That's really interesting. Point at Blue Hollow. But it can't find the eye of the universe. I was upstairs testing the eye signal locator, and it can hear and follow the signals from the sun, Giant's Deep, and Little Hollow. However, something strange is happening when I ask the eye signal locator to follow the eye's signal. The device's indicator rotates wildly and never points in just one direction. As a curious result, it's possible the eye has stopped calling out its signal. Most likely calibrated the locator incorrect. Disappointingly, everything is correctly calibrated after all. It saddens me to posit this, my friends, but I believe this locator cannot detect the eye signal. Ugh. Ugh. I'm recording. You make weird noises. We would need to build a more sensitive device if we want to locate the eye of the universe. Then we will build it. Don't lose hope, Cassava. Our search for the eye is what brought us to this place in the first place. The eye. Where should this new, more sophisticated locator be built? It may need to be larger than the eye signal locator is. And on that, and those of us originally stranded on Ember Twin built a quantum moon locator there, but the heat of the sun made its construction challenging. I wouldn't recommend building on that planet. The southern glacier in Brittle Hollow has ample available space. I could construct a new building to house this proposed locator. Yes, let's build there. I imagine our young friend Connoy would enjoy that immensely. He always had a great interest in the eye, especially for a child born so long after the crash. I will begin construction on Brittle Hollow's South Pole immediately. Eye signal locator. It also talked about something I haven't seen on Ember Twin. So take us there. They talk about a quantum moon locator. Sun station is still there, so we're still quite early in our loop. Look at that, just sitting here. Whoa. Not sure why that's happening. Is this platform too small? Whatever. This planet sometimes and only sometimes has a moon. It's also of note, it disappears if no one is watching it. Isn't that a fascinating orbital characteristic? I found your note. Kindly count me among this moon's admirers. What is happening when it disappears? I doubt it ceases to exist as it moves to another location. I believe so. Not only does the moon appear around Brittle Hollow, I can confirm it sometimes orbits Timber Hearth as well. This is my first time encountering a natural satellite with the ability to vanish when not being watched. We should study it, or even better, we should travel there. I agree, our first step would be determining a method to track this phantom moon. so that we can always know where it is. Given its reluctance to move while consciously observed, it might be a form of macroscopic quantum mechanics. There's our quantum moon. I look away, I look back, and she's moved over to Brittle Hollow again. I love the concept of a quantum moon. Way too cool. Chert's research notes. Property of Chert. Clearly the Nomai were making astronomical observations here. They chose an excellent spot. What is this big rotating device for? What was it the Nomai were observing? I'd posit there's something special about the orange symbol on that device. Hal and the new astronaut's translator tool would be nice to have handy about now. I should go tell Chert about this. Quantum moon locator is functioning. We have markers for each of the places the moon goes. Manana Burr and I just observed the quantum moon in orbit around Dark Bramble. I added a marker for Dark Bramble. I thought the locator now accounted for all the phantom moon's locations, but sometimes the locator can't tell where the moon is. Perhaps there's a problem with the device. It's also possible there exists a sixth place in this star system to which the phantom moon travels. You have keen eyes, my friends, so this moon travels to a total of 5 locations, not 4. In fact, it travels to 6 locations. Let's go see my cousin Chert. I have a question for you. I found something. I found Nomai writing about the quantum moon. Everyone loves a good mystery, don't they? Who wouldn't wonder about a moon that's sometimes there and sometimes not? I've observed the quantum moon orbiting each of the 5 planets, but sometimes it quite simply disappears. Excuse me. Unfortunately, that's all he knows. I kind of want to go to the Ash Twin project, even though I won't really be able to do anything. Ooh, actually I can do something if I go to the Ash Twin project. I can get an achievement. There's a very specific achievement that I can get by going to the Ash Twin project. Let's do that. So let's find the Ash Twin Tower. There it is. I will still be needing my ship. What are we doing here? Not this side, this side. And here I am in the Ash Twin project. Where one of these masks is mine. One of them is Gabros, and one of them is Solanum's. Receiving data from the previous one. Masks receiving data from probe tracking module, Giant's Deep, Timber Hearth. 12 minutes until end of cycle transmission. Today we finished the excavation of Ash Twin. Here in this space we will craft our most ambitious project yet, the Ash Twin project, powerful enough to send information back in time. We've also finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. We'll need to keep our eyes on how significantly we've altered the environment here. How far we've come since our experiments at the high energy lab, I still can hardly believe Ramey's hypothesis was true. Pokey just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant's Deep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon, and where Flux is sculpting the memory statues. It was not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. The cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. The important point is we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. Our friends on Giant's Deep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well and that Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. But then if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely Avens. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew in the interest of safety. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Flux and Daz finished the memory statues. They are truly remarkable. When the Ash Twin project succeeds, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Pi and Idea have worked hard on the Sun Station, and it is at last complete. If everything goes as planned, the structure will prompt the Sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power the Ash Twin project requires. I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. We're nearly ready. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order for the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end this cycle at will. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. Suppose we redesign the Sun Station to generate power of that magnitude. A supernova is still our only viable option. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova. Don't lose hope. This is easier expressed than accomplished. You can wait for the sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer Idea, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. However, this is the closest we have ever been. The Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We were only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system. We're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new, so we're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine what knowledge might be gained there. That is the story of the Nomai. And from here we can remove the warp core. And warp back. Let us return to Timber Hearth. Oh my god, I'm stuck here. Oh, I made it out. Is it going to be possible? Probably not. What I want to do is bring this warp core to the museum for the achievement It Belongs in a Museum. But the sun is about to explode. So this is a race against time. Very soon it will be a race against a supernova. There. I went too fast. I went way too fast. Shit! You know what? This is more than just a race against time. By taking that warp core, I've deactivated the Ash Twin project, which means that when the sun explodes, we all die. And there is no coming back. That's why the music is getting all intense. I was like, what's going on? Let's see. It's definitely too late. So I don't have a choice. I have to go to Dark Bramble. I have to try to finish the story. I thought it was a race against the dying sun, but actually it seems as though it's a race against me making it or not. I honestly completely forgot that doing that would mean that I need to finish the game. I literally was just thinking about the achievement. That it belongs in the museum. Well, to the vessel we go. Whoa, what is going on here? What are these shards? Is that like remnants of the ancient planet? Oh, they're gonna eat me. I'm dead. You're dead. That's game over. So now it isn't resume expedition, it's load previous save. Because we died. We ended the Ash Twin project and we died. I got the achievement. Ah, and I retain all the information I got from Ashtwin. That's awesome. Why is there more to explore from the Ashtwin Towers? Well, let's go to the Sunless City then. Now I do want to apologize for the anticlimax that was just now. However, it does prove that you can get that achievement on your way to finishing the game. You don't need to do it before, basically. You just bring it, walk it in. What is this? Is that a window? It is a window. I actually think I know what that window leads to. It leads to the quantum church that exists in the Hanging City. Anyway. Enough faffing about. Man, gravity is real weird sometimes. So we've been to the anglerfish fossil cave. We've been to the high energy station. Now then, here we are back in the Sunless City. They really were a thriving population. Lots of people. Well, lots of nomai. Many individuals. Can I turn on the lights up here? Anglerfish Overlook, Stepping Stone, High Energy Lab, Eye Shrine. This way to the gravity cannon. Oh. Yeah, that don't look healthy. And I've already played around with the gravity cannon here, so let's ignore that. And instead, how about we enter the Eye Shrine? Be welcomed in this place. This shrine is a space to reflect on what brought us to this place, the signal from the eye. We observed the eye signal in our travels and followed it here to find its source. What we know is this: the source of the signal is older than the universe itself. Enter and open your mind to the possibilities. If the eye called to us, why won't it reveal itself? Why is it so difficult to locate it? Did the signal stop? Does the eye no longer desire to be found? Perhaps this isn't the eye's choice. The eye may be able to communicate with us more than it already has. Did something happen to it? Is the eye natural or artificial? Maybe someone built it. The eye is older than the universe itself. How could something exist before its creator? It could be naturally occurring, though this doesn't answer how the eye can be as old as it is. Did the eye deliberately call out to us by sending the signal, or did we hear the signal by coincidence? Perhaps the eye wanted to be found. Maybe it chose us. Does the eye desire something from us? Could it need us in some way? Maybe it doesn't have to be us. We could be seeing meaning where there is none. Suppose the signal was produced incidentally. Does that mean the eye is any less important, though? Also, here's that window that I was looking at outside. So I know, I cannot leave this place, huh? I can't. Oh, of course. So the Stepping Stone district is where I entered from. That looks like it might lead back out to the surface. Fuck it. It did not. Stepping Stone Cave. Are we playing the fossil fish game tonight? Yes. I've read that before. Should we build a sun station to power the Ashtwin project? Are there other ways to generate this level of power? Theoretically, yes. Practically, no. I can't imagine discovering them in our lifetimes. I understand this proposal is unsettling, but the sun station must be built if we hope to complete the Ashtwin project. I almost can't comprehend this. This is being suggested seriously. The purpose of the sun station goes against every standard we hold ourselves to, and everything we believe in as a species. Unsurprisingly, I disagree. We're pushing a possible new technology further than ever before. That, in my experience, is the defining characteristic of our species. If we fail, and the probability of this is not insignificant, we will, without question, destroy ourselves, all life here, and the rest of this star system. I wish to protect these species. The potential annihilation of an entire star system is too severe a cost. We shouldn't build a sun station no matter how badly we want the knowledge that comes with it. Fear of failure is a poor reason not to try. I believe if we're cautious, the sun station will work. I believe in pi. I'm deeply honored, Idea. I understand your position. However, if we aren't all but certain the sun station will not cause destruction, once we've built it, then I won't support the station's use. And I have a feeling that that's actually going to be the last thing that we needed to read. And there's no easy way out. So we're going to meditate real quick. Back up we go. Let's have a look at our ship's log, and I think that's where we'll end stream today. So the Sunless City, we have all the information we want from there. We've done everything we want from the vessel or from the Hanging City, or the Ashtwin Towers. Obviously we haven't found the 6th location because that is the eye of the universe. We'll find that by talking with Solanum on the quantum moon. Can you stop tickling me? But so that is where we are going to end stream today. I would like to thank anybody and everybody who came and joined us today. Chat was not very busy, and I literally had no idea how many people were watching, but I see that we have 4 viewers right now. I hope I didn't spoil anything for anybody, and I hope you all had a wonderful time. So thank you for dropping by, and have a lovely Sunday. Bye-bye, everybody.